MI6 has given us the go-ahead on a mission.
Hand it over.
Maybe you insist?
Hi gang, we're here talking a Wii game. Shocker.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically GoldenEye on the Wii. Wouldn't really call it a Wiimake or anything like that, but
Nice.
it's a reimagining of the classic
Absolutely.
N64 GoldenEye game.
I haven't played through the entire game yet, so I'm not going to do a number review. I'm just here for some background information.
Yeah.
Of course, if you don't know, GoldenEye N64 was originally released on the N64, made by Rare. Rare is no longer owned by Nintendo. They're at Microsoft. Activision owns James Bond. So here we have three dudes in bed that don't like each other. So this new GoldenEye, of course, can be based on the movie franchise and based on James Bond. It cannot be based, however, on the 007 GoldenEye N64 game.
I would have to imagine that Nintendo and Activision would like each other because they're making this game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Too bad Rare's in there too, right?
that being said, though, the game itself is actually more so based on the movie than it is obviously the old game because they would get sued otherwise.
Yeah.
But like in a good way, this game is actually closer to the movie than the original N64 one was.
Interestingly enough, yes.
Even just for like the narrative and like the actual kind of cinema scenes and things like that, instead of just dossier files you have to read. But you know, whatever. That's the technology at the time. That's fine.
They brought it into the contemporary setting, so Daniel Craig is Bond.
Yeah.
Judi Dench is the only returning person from the original GoldenEye, and they've recast everybody.
Yeah.
And of course, it's set, like I said, contemporary setting, so you don't. It's Daniel Craig Bond. He doesn't have all the gadgets. He does not have the laser watch. Sacrilege.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
watch. Instead, he's using the cell phones. You can
Yeah.
tell the level designs and things like that. They don't look like they were out of the Cold War or anything anymore. All completely updated.
Music's changed.
Some good, some bad though. Like I
Yeah.
found the facility when I was playing through the facility, and when you're kind of throwing the bomb or the remote mines on the tanks at the end, it almost looked like something out of like Tron. It was kind of weird, like almost too.
Well, it's the
high-tech.
future, man.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
There's nuances to the old games, though, so you're playing in a level that feels like you're like, I'm in the future version of that. It's
Yeah.
like when you played Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's like, I'm in the future versions of those particular towns. It's very much that. Like I said, being in the facility, you shoot the guy in the head on the toilet. Classic. You walk out of the bathroom and you don't know where you are.
No.
It's completely different, so.
not necessarily a bad thing though. Again, graphics are probably going to be some of the best on the Wii. I mean I know that's not saying much. I mean, it's not high def or anything like that, but I mean, it still looks really good. So there's been a lot of work that's been put into that. The actual voice acting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like spot on, very very good. I mean, they got all like A-list actors right from the movie. So I mean,
Good presentation values in this
Yeah.
particular title, yeah.
Yeah.
For a Wii game. Like, they knocked it out of the park, yeah.
yeah, everything. Yeah, I mean I'm trying to think what else. I mean, it's
The
just
cutscenes and stuff are really well done, yeah.
cutscenes are really good. It's you might argue that it's kind of predictable playing through the game again because I mean you've already kind of played it sort of, so you kind of know where the story's going.
It's like any movie game, though, really.
But it's still really good though because they kind of throw some new levels at you. You know, there's like a club instead of you know like running into Valentin Sikovsky in Statue Park. You meet him up in a club, and you know the club gets shot up, and it's different, right? They kind of throws a curveball at you, and
Statue Park is frightening.
it's pretty cool. Statue Park is kind of freaky. Yeah.
It always has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, though, the game is really short.
Control-wise, yeah. Oh,
Like,
sorry, yeah.
it's all good. The campaign's literally like 5 hours to get through.
Yeah, the multiplayer, though.
You do have multiplayer, online and offline multiplayer, which is cool.
Does it hold a candle to GoldenEye 64 multiplayer?
No.
Yeah. It's if you played the Call of Duty games on the Wii, it's kind of like that. They have all the modes that are kind of reminiscent of that. It's using the Call of Duty Reflex engine, I believe, right?
It feels like It feels more like a Call of Duty than it does GoldenEye, which is, yeah.
Activision, man, one trick ponies, those guys. But no, yeah, the controls, you can use the Wiimote and nunchuck, which is how the game was made to be played. That's horrible, and you'll be nauseated within moments. Classic Controller Pro is the way to go.
Even the GameCube controller I found is terrible. The C stick is a nightmare.
Was not made for that.
No.
Yeah, there's a reason that shooters weren't so popular on the GameCube. Let's just say that. But no, Classic Controller Pro works really good. Of course, you have to use the Pro, not the original, because your iron sights are going to be on the inside. So unless you have a buddy like pushing them from this side for you, it's going to be like this. So that's too bad. Online works really well, though. Of course, it's not using Nintendo's servers, so it actually works. No lag. Yeah. It's
There you go.
fair enough. Yeah, GoldenEye. Yeah.
As far as the story mode, though, like I said, it's only about 5 hours long. And the problem that I really had with it is that you kind of get to the point where the levels... You remember the levels from the original GoldenEye being kind of annoying? Like, I personally hated Jungle. and having to fight Xenia on the bridge.
Oh, with the turrets?
So the jungle's back,
Yeah.
and you have to do that.
Yeah.
And it's so brutal. Like, I get to the end, and I'm just really bored, and the boss fight with Xenia is just a quick time event, which...
Just kind of, the game shuts down near the end, or what?
Yeah, I would rather fight her on a suspension bridge or whatever again, like, just why not? But, you know, I figured we're done with that, that's great. You get through the cradle, everything's fine. You get all the way to Trevelyan at the end to fight him. Quick time event again, which is kind of a cheap way to do a boss fight, because really
So this is Resident Evil 4, what are
I
you
can
doing?
hit buttons, I mean, throw something, you know, throw some crazy boss at me with tons of health and all.
Mecha Hitler.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right on.
That being said, though, it's probably one of the best shooters you can get on. You're going to get on the Wii.
Yeah.
Again, might not be saying much to some people, but for others, really cool.
As GoldenEye was probably the best shooter you could get on the N64, next to Daikatana.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you
But
give
yeah,
GoldenEye, sir?
in spite of all this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give GoldenEye a 6.5 out of 10.
It's not quite the 7 out of 10 that everybody hoped it would be.